Lily sat in the waiting room, her heart racing as she fidgeted with the edge of her sweater. At 25, she had mastered the art of blending into the background, a skill honed over years of navigating social situations that often overwhelmed her. With her long, chestnut hair cascading over her shoulders, she kept her head down, avoiding eye contact with anyone who might notice her. The sterile smell of antiseptic and the soft hum of fluorescent lights only heightened her anxiety. From a young age, Lily had struggled with self-image, always comparing herself to the vibrant personalities around her. She felt like a shadow, there but never truly seen. Today marked a significant step for her. She had made an appointment for a breast screening after hearing about the importance of early detection. Yet, the thought of undressing in front of a stranger filled her with dread. As she glanced around the upscale clinic filled with confident women and well-dressed staff, Lily couldn't shake the feeling that she didn't belong. Her mind raced with worries about what the doctor would think when he saw her. Would he judge her? Find her lacking? Just then, the door to the examination room swung open, and in walked Dr. James, a strikingly handsome young man with an air of confidence that made Lily's heart skip a beat. Little did she know that this encounter would not only change her perception of herself but also lead to an unexpected journey of love and self-discovery. Lily's decision to undergo the breast screening was not made lightly. Growing up, she had watched her mother battle breast cancer, a painful journey that ended in heartbreak. The memories haunted her, her mother's vibrant smile fading away, replaced by a vulnerability that was difficult to witness. It was a shadow that lingered over her, reminding Lily of the importance of early detection. Yet, the thought of facing a similar fate filled her with dread. She often thought about how to talk to her friends about this decision, but the words never seemed to come. Fear clutched at her throat as she wondered if others would perceive her worries as trivial or excessive. In her mind, she labeled herself as overly cautious, reluctant to seek help due to the stigma surrounding such private matters. Every time she glanced in the mirror, insecurities about her body would bubble to the surface, making her feel even more isolated. Despite these fears, Lily finally scheduled the appointment after numerous sleepless nights and whispered encouragement from her sister. The reminder of family health history had pushed her to take this step, yet it felt like standing on the edge of a precipice. What if something was wrong? What would it mean for her future? As she waited, those questions spiraled in her mind, intertwining with a strange sense of determination. Perhaps this was her chance to confront not just her health, but also her insecurities head-on. As Lily stepped into the upscale clinic, she was immediately struck by the stark contrast to her usual surroundings. The polished marble floors gleamed under soft, ambient lighting, while modern art adorned the walls, giving the space an air of sophistication that felt out of reach for her. Clad in her modest attire, she self-consciously tugged at her sweater, wishing she could somehow blend in with the well-dressed patients around her. A sense of trepidation washed over her as she navigated through the lobby, filled with confident women chatting amicably, their laughter echoing against the serene backdrop. Each glance they exchanged seemed laden with ease and familiarity, making Lily acutely aware of her own discomfort. She felt like an outsider looking in, a timid observer in a world where self-assurance reigned supreme. With each passing moment, her initial curiosity began to intertwine with fear. What lay behind those closed examination room doors? Would she find reassurance or dread waiting for her? She clutched the appointment card tightly in her hand as if it were a talisman providing solace against an unseen threat. Finally approaching the reception desk, she stammered her name and offered a shy smile to the receptionist, who returned it with warmth but didn't seem to notice Lily's inner turmoil. Each second stretched into what felt like an eternity until she would finally face Dr. James and confront not only her health but also the feelings of inadequacy that had haunted her for so long. With determination battling against doubt, she knew this visit was about more than just a screening, it was a defining moment on her journey toward self-acceptance. As the receptionist called Lily's name, she took a deep breath and entered the examination room, where Dr. James was waiting. The moment she stepped inside, her eyes were drawn to him, a tall, striking figure with tousled dark hair and an engaging smile that radiated warmth. Clad in a tailored white coat, he exuded confidence and professionalism, traits that immediately put her on edge and intrigued her at the same time. Dr. James was a well-known figure in the community, revered not just for his medical expertise but also for his philanthropic efforts. Having inherited significant wealth from his family, he chose to dedicate his life to medicine rather than pursue a corporate path. His passion for women's health stemmed from a deep-seated desire to empower women through knowledge and care, a mission forged by experiences within his own family. "Good morning, Lily," he said, his voice calm and reassuring as he reviewed her chart. "I appreciate you coming in today." His genuine interest in her health made her heart flutter somewhat. It was palpable that he genuinely cared about his patients. They exchanged pleasantries as he initiated the consultation, effortlessly balancing professionalism with a comforting demeanor. Dr. James asked about her concerns while maintaining eye contact that made Lily feel seen, something she had longed for but rarely experienced. In that brief moment, surrounded by the sterile clinical environment, Lily began to sense a connection with him that transcended their doctor-patient relationship, setting the stage for an unexpected journey ahead. As Dr. James settled into the consultation, there was a light-hearted tension in the air. "So, Lily," he began with a playful smile, "what brings you to see me today? A secret crush? A fear of doctors?" The unexpected question caught her off guard, causing her cheeks to flush a bright shade of pink. Not exactly," she stammered, fiddling with her hair nervously. "More of a family health concern." "Ah, the classic scenario," he teased lightly, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Well, I promise to be way less scary than your average bear." Lily couldn't help but chuckle, appreciating his attempt to lighten the mood. This charming banter contrasted sharply with her somber thoughts about the screening. "Just don't expect any juggling tricks or magic show," Dr. James continued, leaning back slightly in his chair with an easy grin. "But I can assure you that I specialize in delivering good news." His relaxed demeanor began to chip away at the walls Lily had built around herself. Lily found herself smiling more easily now as they exchanged light-hearted comments about everything from her favorite hobbies to his love for cooking, something that surprised her given his busy schedule. With each passing moment, their contrasting personalities, her shyness and his confidence, began to create a unique chemistry that was both invigorating and comforting. In that small room filled with medical instruments and technology, something unspoken began to bloom between them, a connection that felt both refreshing and hopeful. As the initial pleasantries faded, Dr. James guided Lily to the screening area, her nervousness returning in waves. The bright, clinical environment appeared daunting, with medical equipment surrounding her like intimidating spectators. "All right, Lily," he said gently, gesturing towards the mammography machine. "I know this can feel a bit overwhelming, but I'll be here every step of the way." Lily took a deep breath, grappling with a swirl of emotions, fear, vulnerability, and a flicker of trust. "I hope it doesn't hurt too much," she admitted, biting her lip as anxiety crept back in. Dr. James smiled reassuringly. "It's usually quick and simpler than people expect. Just think of it as a tight hug." He explained each step of the process clearly while maintaining eye contact that made her feel seen and understood. As he positioned her for the screening, his touch was gentle and respectful, carefully ensuring her comfort while explaining how the machine worked. The noise of the machine whirred to life, and despite her trepidation, Lily found herself focusing more on Dr. James's calm presence than on her fears. With every reassuring word he spoke, Lily felt some of her anxiety dissipate. "You're doing great," he encouraged as he adjusted the settings. Each moment spent with him felt like a bridging of their worlds, her uncertainty gently fading as she discovered that compassion existed even in this sterile environment. In that vulnerable space between fear and trust, a newfound strength began to awaken within Lily, marking her first step toward embracing both herself and her health. As the mammography machine hummed softly, Dr. James turned to Lily, sensing her lingering tension. "You know," he began, his voice gentle yet inviting, "I have a little confession. I wasn't always so keen on medicine." Lily's curious eyes met his, intrigued by this unexpected revelation. "I grew up in a family where everyone pushed me towards business," he continued, a hint of nostalgia in his tone. My dad was a high-powered executive, and I was expected to follow in his footsteps. But there was always a little voice inside me that said I should be helping people instead. He paused, a smile breaking through. One summer, I volunteered at a local clinic and saw how much impact a small act of kindness could have on someone's life. That's when I realized I needed to change course. Lily felt her heart warm as she listened, resonating deeply with his story of self-discovery. She had grappled with similar pressures, the weight of expectations had often clouded her own path. I can relate to that, she admitted quietly. Sometimes it feels like everyone has a plan for you except yourself. Dr. James nodded empathetically, a shared understanding knitting them closer. It's not easy to find your own direction, he said. But the moments we embrace our true selves can be incredibly liberating. In that intimate exchange, an unexpected bond formed between them, one rooted in vulnerability and the courage to confront their fears. This moment transcended the clinical setting, deepening their connection and illuminating the path ahead for both of them. After the screening, Lily found herself seated again in the consultation room, still buzzing from the experience. Dr. James entered with a warm smile, holding her results, and paused for a moment before speaking. Well, you survived. How do you feel? Lily laughed nervously, like I just completed an obstacle course. See? You're tougher than you think, he replied, his eyes sparkling with genuine amusement. As he reviewed her results, they exchanged light banter that made the atmosphere feel less clinical and more like a friendly chat. I promise my next patient will be less entertaining, he quipped, eliciting another laugh from her. As the conversation flowed, Lily began to share more about her life, her love for painting and how she often used it as an escape from her insecurities. It's funny, she said shyly, I can express myself on canvas, but put me in front of people and I freeze. Dr. James nodded thoughtfully. Art is such a powerful outlet. I sometimes sketch in my spare time to unwind, it helps clear my mind. This revelation surprised Lily, deepening her appreciation for him as someone who balanced both intellect and creativity. They continued to delve into personal stories. Lily spoke of her mother's influence and Dr. James shared his experiences volunteering in underserved communities. With each confession, their laughter mingled with heartfelt insights, revealing layers of vulnerability on both sides. In those moments of openness, the connection between them deepened further, transforming what began as a medical appointment into a meaningful exchange that neither had anticipated. As Lily left the clinic, a sense of lightness filled her chest that she hadn't felt in years. The experience had not only been about confronting her health but had also ignited a spark of confidence within her. The laughter shared with Dr. James and their heartfelt conversations lingered in her mind, crafting a new narrative about herself, one where she was no longer just the timid girl who shied away from social interactions. With each step away from the clinic, she felt empowered by the kindness he had shown her and the way he had valued her thoughts and feelings. She recalled how he listened intently as she spoke about her love for painting, fostering a realization that there were people in the world who appreciated her for who she was. In the days that followed, Lily began to engage more freely with those around her. At work, she initiated conversations with colleagues during lunch instead of retreating into her shell. Instead of feeling invisible among friends, she actively contributed to discussions, sharing stories and listening earnestly. The fear of being judged started to dissolve as she recognized that vulnerability could lead to connection rather than embarrassment. Even small activities, like visiting art galleries or joining community workshops, felt less daunting now. Each outing built on the last, swelling her confidence further. She began to see herself as someone worthy of love and respect, not just from others but also from herself. This journey toward self-acceptance had begun quietly at the clinic but now blossomed into a vibrant exploration of who she truly was, paving the way for new possibilities in both life and love. A few weeks after her screening, Lily decided to treat herself with an afternoon at a nearby art festival. The vibrant colors of the exhibits and the chatter of happy visitors filled the air with an infectious energy that she couldn't resist. As she meandered through the booths, admiring local artwork and handcrafted jewelry, she felt a sense of belonging she hadn't experienced before. Just as she was admiring a painting that reminded her of her own art, she heard a familiar voice behind her. "Lily. Fancy seeing you here." Turning around, her heart leapt at the sight of Dr. James, casually dressed in jeans and a crisp button-down shirt that accentuated his effortless charm. "Dr. James," she exclaimed, surprised yet thrilled by the unexpected encounter. "I didn't expect to see you outside the clinic." He smiled, his eyes sparkling with warmth. "I come here every year to support local artists. It's refreshing to step away from the hospital for a bit." They exchanged pleasantries and shared their thoughts on the festival's art displays. As they talked, Lily's confidence soared, conversing felt natural and invigorating. After a while, Dr. James leaned in slightly, his expression sincere and inviting. "Would you like to grab a coffee together? I'd love to continue our conversation, maybe even hear more about your painting." Caught off guard yet excited, Lily nodded eagerly. This spontaneous invitation felt like a stepping stone towards something beautiful, a chance to deepen their connection outside the confines of the clinic, paving the way for an enriching friendship that could blossom into something more. As the weeks turned into months, Lily and Dr. James found themselves exploring the city together, their bond growing stronger with each outing. Their dates became a delightful mix of art gallery visits, cozy coffee shop conversations, and long walks in the park, where laughter filled the air like music. Each shared moment revealed layers of their personalities, Lily's creativity and introspective nature balanced by Dr. James's charisma and genuine passion for helping others. One afternoon, while sipping lattes at a quaint cafe adorned with local artwork, Lily hesitated before sharing her feelings about their relationship. "I really enjoy spending time with you," she confessed, her cheeks flushing slightly. "But sometimes I wonder if we're in different worlds." Dr. James looked at her thoughtfully, his expression sincere. "I understand what you mean," he replied gently. "But it's those differences that make our connection special. You bring a perspective that challenges me to see beyond my own experiences." His words wrapped around her like a warm embrace, easing her fears. Despite their growing affection, they both felt the pressures of societal expectations lurking in the background. Friends and family commented on their age difference and social status, which occasionally cast shadows on their blossoming romance. Yet they navigated these challenges together, leaning on each other for support and encouragement. As their relationship deepened, Lily began to realize that love could flourish even amidst doubt and uncertainty. She felt empowered by Dr. James's unwavering belief in her, leading to a profound transformation within herself, one that encouraged her to embrace both her vulnerabilities and strengths as they continued to write their unique love story together. As their relationship blossomed, Lily and Dr. James began to face external challenges that tested the strength of their bond. It started with whispers among mutual friends who questioned the viability of their romance. The age difference and social status loomed large, stirring doubt in Lily's mind. "Are you really okay dating someone like him?" a close friend had asked during a casual lunch, her tone laden with skepticism. Those words echoed in Lily's thoughts as insecurities crept back in. Although she cherished their time together, she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't enough for someone of Dr. James's stature. Her background felt starkly different from his polished life. He was comfortable amidst wealth and privilege, while she often felt like a girl struggling to find her place in the world. Dr. James noticed the shifts in her demeanor and the way she sometimes hesitated to discuss their relationship with others. One evening while they were cooking dinner together, he addressed her unspoken concern. "Lily," he said, his voice steady, "I've met people from all walks of life, and what matters most to me is who they are inside. I care about you, not about external labels." His sincerity brought tears to her eyes, but uncertainty lingered. Would others ever accept their relationship? As Lily navigated these societal pressures alongside Dr. James, they found solace in their shared understanding, realizing that love required resilience and communication against external judgments. This journey would challenge them, but it also provided an opportunity for growth, individually and together, as they continued to learn how to fight for their connection. One evening, after a particularly challenging week filled with doubts and external pressures, Lily found herself sitting on her balcony, staring out at the city skyline. The sunset painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, yet her heart felt heavy as her thoughts spiraled back to her insecurities about her relationship with Dr. James. Despite his reassurances, she couldn't shake the feeling that their love might not withstand the judgment of others. In that moment of introspection, she realized that running away from her fears would only lead to a life of regret. With newfound determination, she picked up her phone and texted Dr. James, "Can we talk? I need to share something important." Minutes later, he replied with a warm invitation to meet at their favorite cafe. As she walked there, her heart raced, not just from anxiety but from a deep-seated hope for clarity. When they sat down, Lily took a deep breath, looking into his kind eyes. "James," she began, her voice trembling slightly but gaining strength, "I've been feeling overwhelmed by everything, the doubts from friends, my own insecurities. I don't want to lose what we have because of what others think." Dr. James reached across the table, his touch steadying her nerves. "Lily, I chose to be with you because of who you are, not what others say. I believe in us." His words ignited a flame of courage within her. In that defining moment, Lily understood that love required vulnerability and acceptance, not just from him but from herself as well. She felt empowered to embrace their relationship fully, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead together. As Lily and Dr. James sat together in the cafe where they had first shared their feelings, a sense of clarity washed over them. They had both been grappling with the external tension surrounding their relationship, the whispers of friends and the judgments based on their age and social status. It was time to confront these challenges head-on. "Can we talk about what's been bothering us?" Lily asked, her voice steady but soft. "I think we need to address the doubts that keep creeping in." Dr. James nodded, his expression serious yet supportive. "I've sensed it too," he admitted. "It's hard when people don't understand our connection." Lily took a deep breath, feeling the weight of her insecurities lift slightly as she spoke. "I love spending time with you, but sometimes I fear that others will see us as mismatched or that you'll decide I'm not worth it." He reached across the table, taking her hand in his. "Lily, those opinions don't matter to me. What matters is how we feel about each other. You make me happy, and I believe we can build something beautiful together." With every word he spoke, the barriers of doubt began to crumble. They discussed their hopes and fears openly, acknowledging the societal pressures but refusing to let them dictate their relationship. By embracing their vulnerabilities and affirming their commitment to one another, they found common ground. In that pivotal moment of honest communication and mutual support, they solidified their bond, determined to face any challenges together. Love was not only about passion, it was also about resilience, trust, and understanding, essentials that would guide them through the complexities ahead. Months later, standing in front of her easel, Lily reflected on how far she had come. The vibrant colors of her latest painting mirrored the blossoming confidence within her. No longer the shy girl who felt out of place in the upscale clinic, she had emerged as a woman who embraced her worth, both as an artist and as Dr. James's partner. Her relationship with Dr. James had flourished into a beautiful partnership built on trust and communication. They navigated the external challenges together, finding strength in each other's support. Lily felt grateful for every moment spent alongside him, from cozy conversations over coffee to shared laughter under the stars. Together, they had defied societal expectations and transformed their love into a testament of resilience. As she put the finishing touches on her painting, Lily recalled the moments of doubt and fear that used to plague her. With each brushstroke, she let go of those insecurities, embracing instead the love that defined her present. She smiled at the thought of their journey. Every struggle they faced only deepened their bond, fostering a connection that transcended superficial judgments. When Dr. James entered the studio, she turned to him with bright eyes. "I painted this for us," she said shyly. The canvas captured not just their story but also the courage it took to reach this point. As he studied her work, admiration radiating from him, Lily knew that she was worthy of love and happiness. Embracing both her newfound confidence and profound affection for Dr. James, she felt ready to confront whatever life had in store, hand in hand with the man who believed in her from the very beginning.